everybody. Steve here from Steve's Garage. I'm here with my buddy Inspector Earl. He's keeping an eye on things. Say hello, Earl. Hello, Earl. Anyway, Earl's sign today is finish line. And the reason he got finish line on is because our framework we're going to pretty much complete today. And then we'll be ready for putting our rust encapsulator paint on, and then our primer and finish paint, which is going to be a candy apple red. So we're just want to let you know it's a beautiful day here in Western Mass. It is sunny. We had a few inches of snow the other day, but it's like 50 degrees now, and spring has sprung. It's coming. Next week is spring. So I'm going to reset the camera up for you so you can see what we're doing here. In fact, I'll probably take the camera off and show you what we're doing. And actually we can see pretty good right here. So I've got plates going on here. The back of this frame right here, this is a Model A frame, and the front of this frame is a truck frame. Truck frame is way overbuilt for what we're doing. The body that's going on that is behind me here. The body probably weighs 400 pounds. So it's going to be very light, this hot rod. It's going to be very light. So I am going to box this frame in to semi-match this, just because I want to do that. And you can never have too much strength in anything you build. This piece I made the other day. I've already ground down where my welds are going all around. This whole section here is ground down. And we'll put this in. Earl, give me the hammer. There it is. Thank you, Earl. Nice job, boy. So we'll slide this in here. Bang it into place. That's a good fit right there. That's what they call a good fit around here. Get that sucked up there. And we're going to clamp it in place. Like Jed said, clamp it. I'll go from the bottom so more than the top there. Keep things out of my way. Beautiful. Perfect. Move this clamp down a little bit. Nice, very nice, very nice. Gotta have plenty of clamps. Yeah, that holds that on nice. Now, as you can see from there, that'll give me a piece of, this is 8-gauge steel, so that'll give me a nice piece of 8-gauge steel welded in there. And we've already tied in this frame into the other A frame. But let me put my camera over here and we'll show you how we're going to weld this up. So you get some live action. All right, gonna get hooked up. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all having a good day. I know I am. that down there. Turn my gas on, plug in. You never want to stay in one spot too long, because you don't want to heat that up and get this thing warped. So we're just going to move as we go down the line here and keep away from the other weld. Then we'll let that cool down and go back and start over again. Got a little buildup of stuff in here. So I'm going to show you the welding process. Take my hat off here. Now, if you can see, the welds overlay each other, and there's a term, I don't know if that's focusing in or not. There's a term they use called dropping nickels, because it looks like nickels laying over each other. You know what I mean? So I've welded this section, and this section here and here. We've got to let this cool down a little bit. Again, I don't want to warp this steel. We want to do a nice job here. So I'm going to go to the other side, bang that piece in while this cools down, and we'll just keep the process going here. Don't blame the cameraman. All right. Now we got this piece here. Again, I said this is an 8-gauge steel, so it's an 1/8 inch thick. I think we've talked about gauges before, but we talk about metal and something is like 16 gauge or 20 gauge. The gauge, 16 gauge is 1/16 of an inch. 20 gauge is 1/20th of an inch. So it's, you know, pretty basic. But these are things that, you know, I learned as I went along. I'm like, how the hell, what does a gauge of a steel mean? And found that out. I'm like, oh, that's easy enough. So it's all about learning. And my videos here with you guys are, and girls, by the way, I found out 29% of my viewing audience is women, which I think is so cool. Because we love the ladies, don't we? So, what the hell are we talking about? Gauges of steel? So, the point of the conversation is that my whole reason behind starting this channel was, number one, my friends and people were telling me to put these videos online and show what I'm doing because, you know, it's interesting. It's a creative process. And I was a carpenter my whole life. I was never a metal guy, but I was intrigued. The first thing I built was a couple of motorcycles, which I have on the other side. And then I wanted to build a car. And that car, the first car, I haven't shown you yet, but I will. It's winter time here and it's in storage, so we got a little bit to go yet, not too long. And when I started that car, I had no idea, honestly, what I was doing. And I watched a ton of YouTube. I watched all the shows on TV. I watched that Bad Chad, Ian Roussel, another guy, I can't think of his name right now, but a bunch of different hot rod guys and car builders. And just by watching, you learn so much from these guys. And in the YouTube is amazingly helpful. You can put in anything in there. How to, you know, when I bought my MIG welder, I'm like, how to MIG weld. And everyone's so helpful. And in the old car, you know, genre, all these car shows I go to, and the guys you meet, if you talk to these guys and say, hey, you know what, I got a problem. I got this wiring issue, or I've got this gauge I can't hook up. They will give you all that information free, gladly, because they're all really great guys, really helpful. If you're looking for parts, say, hey, I'm trying to find this part. Hey, you know, I know a guy down the road, he might have it. And then you call him, he says, I don't have it, but I know who will have it. A great community of people in the old car, collector car world. So that was intriguing just in itself, because hey, I like to talk. I like that everybody I meet, I'll have, you know, talk a story with you and see what you're all about. And it's great. So the car show world and all this stuff just kind of fit well together with me. And this is my retirement. I'm enjoying this, you know, every day. Doing this stuff. I come out here for a couple hours, few hours maybe, and do what I do, and then go off and do other things. But I can't tell you how much I did not know about this business. So my whole channel is about, you can do it too. I mean, anybody with a little bit of a garage undercover and some tools, you know, the Bad Chad proves that. He doesn't use a lot of tools, and he does a hell of a job, to tell you the truth. So that's my story, that we're just trying to show you that anybody can do this stuff. It's just, you know, there's some learning involved, but you'll get through it. Again, go to the YouTube and watch guys like me doing this stuff, and you'll learn a bunch of stuff. So now that this side is cooled down, we can get back to welding here. Right, Earl? Say it. Nothing? All right. They're all sneaky now. Keep an eye on them. All right. Let's get at it again. Don't blame the cameraman. He doesn't get paid much. get a close-up shot of that now. So this is called boxing in the frame. So we are boxing this section in. That's going to give this a whole ton of support and really make this thing strong as can be. So this is going to be a beast of a frame. You can put any car on top of this frame. You know what I mean? So this is where we're at right now. We just have a little more welding to do. And a few different sections we have to finish welding up extra parts on to make it strong. These supports here are for my running boards here. So they're going to be permanently put in there. And that's that. So, oops, didn't mean to get that in there, but it is what it is. So again, I want to thank everybody. The other day, I think two videos ago, I said that I was hoping to get 100 viewers pretty soon. We started this channel a few weeks back. And that night, actually, I don't know if it had anything to do, let's say, because the video wasn't even on the air yet, but I put that video on and we wound up getting 18 new viewers. So right now we're actually, and then we've gotten a few cents. So we're at 118 viewers right now, subscribers. And I get a lot of great comments from guys, you know. And again, like, as I said, I am not a car builder. I am doing this as a hobby for fun. But I'm taking my time at it. I'm using heavy gauge steels. I'm welding properly. I'm cleaning everything before I weld, all ground down. Cleaning the oils off of my steel and grinding things back. And building a nice car here when we're done. So hang in there. We're going to get through the frame. We're going to get it painted. And I'm going to put the body back on the frame because I want to paint the body on the frame because I don't want any warpage or having issues with my lines on my doors and all that stuff. And I'm going to adjust that before I paint, that I can sand, do any filling on the car. And that way I'm not, you know, I've got a really hokey way to get it on there. I'm doing it with a big lift here, a winch actually, or a winch, I should say. I always say winch, a winch. And so just working with what I got, and I'm alone doing it. So that's the other thing. Except I got Earl. Earl's helping me out here. He's my sign holder. He's the inspector of the job. I think he thinks things are all right. Earl, everything good here? So we got Earl talking now. So Earl, say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, everybody. So from Earl and Steve, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. We're just having some fun here. We're going to go out and do the car shows in the spring. The swap meet coming up in 3 weeks down in Stafford, Connecticut. We're going to go to and take a walk around there. So stay tuned. We're going to show you a lot of good stuff this summer. Thanks, everybody. Drive safe, wear your safety belts, be kind to everybody, and pet your dog. All right.